Peter Piper pick a pack of pickled paper? Did Peter Piper pick a pack of pickled paper? If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled papers, where's the pack of pickled paper, Peter Piper? Seashells, seashells by the seashore. The shells she sell are surely seashells. So if the shells sell on the seashore, I'm sure the shells seashore sells. I thought, but the thought I thought wasn't the thought I thought. I thought is a thought I thought had been thought. I thought I wouldn't have thought so much. The throng of thermometers from the Thuringian. Thermometers folks arrived Thursday. There were 1,033 thick thermometers, thought instead of 1,036 thermometers, which was 3 thermometers fewer than 1,036 we were expecting, not to mention that there were thick ones rather than the thin ones. We truly thought that we had ordered 1,036, not 1,033 thermometers, and asked the Thuringian thermometers folks to reshape the 3 thermometers rather than 1,036 and promised to replace the thermometers within thermometers. And Shirley Sergeant Sock an insolent sailor Sam. A Shirley Sergeant from Sesco, Texas, saw a sailor sit silently on a small set reserved for a youngster. He stayed for several minutes while thoughts swam around. Sam asked the sailor to cease and desist, but he sneered in his face. Sam was so incensed that he considered it sufficient incentive to sock the sailor. The sailor stood there for a second, astonished, and then strolled away. Sam was perplexed, but satisfied, and the thoughts scampered like ants over to the seesaw. A lazy Thursday at the zoo found the zebras grazing, posing for pictures, and teasing the zookeeper whose nose was bronzed by the sun. The biggest zebra's name was Zagari, but his friends called him Zack. Zack was a confusing zebra, who yelled for a reason caused his cousins, who were naturally unreasoning, to pause in their conversations. While the bros he philosophized the grace, he practiced eyes. Then, because they were Zack's cousin, the zebra said nothing, but they wished he would muzzle himself at other times. A fashionably tanned man sat casually at the bat stand, lacing a handful of practical bets. The manager craved the old bag of bones, passed by a laugh, and "You're about average, Jack. Can't you list faster than that?" Jack's head had enough, so he clambered to his feet and lasered bets faster than any man had ever. Last bets, as a matter of fact, he lasered bets so fast that he seemed to dance. The manager was aghast. "Jack, you're a master but laser," he gasped, satisfied at last. Jack sat back and never lasered another bet. Dan was not sorry when the boss called of the walks in the garden. Obviously to him, it was awfully hot, and the walks were far too long. He had not thought that walking would have caught on the way it did, and he fought the policy from the onset. At first, he thought he could talk it over at the law office and have it squashed by a small obstacle. Healthy, the thought. The top lawyers always bought coffee at the shop across the lawn and didn't want to stop on John's account. John's problem was not office politics but office policy. He resolved the problem by bombing a garden.